Hey bikers, Jimmy here, just reminding you to be sure to listen to the end of today's episode for a promo of our podcasting chums, Wheel or Woe, a Pathfinder 2nd edition playtest homebrew campaign ably DM'd by the Blind Rat and his team of alcohol-fueled players. Go check them out, you won't be disappointed. Now, on with the show. Days pass and life seems almost normal for a change. You meander around the town, taking in the sights, and for the first time since you arrive, you feel a sense of calm in the streets. You doubt it will last. You try to convince yourself everything is alright, but as you glance up at the darkening sky, you realise that there is a problem with calm. The imminent storm that follows. Welcome to Marsh Haven. Welcome to Brits on Bikes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to episode 9 of Brits on Bikes. My name is Jimmy Sprinkles, and with me as always is Eve.
Hey,
and Kat.
Hello. You got both our names right.
I got everybody's name right. Huzzah!
Yay!
There is a
job.
Bob.
I'm so proud of you.
Now let's just see if we can get through this session.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to kick things off straight away. There's not really a huge amount to say about last episode, other than the fact that you guys encountered our big bad Victor Wallace, who has exposed you to the town in order to try and kind of, I suppose, keep the spotlight on you so that you can't perhaps thwart any more of his plans. And then you headed off to the Elysium Junkyard, where you met Cassie Pinion and the Disciples biker gang, who gave you a clubhouse. Now, just for our listeners out there, we're actually going to move on a few days now. If you would like to hear the gang getting together and building their clubhouse and furnishing it and maybe doing a little bit of a Q&A, then you can head on over to our Patreon, and if you subscribe just for a mere $2, you will be able to hear that episode once we've recorded it, which will be soon, yeah?
Probably.
But just to get the ball rolling, give you a little taster, I asked both Kat and Eve to try and come up with one mundane object that they would like to have in their new clubhouse. So let's start with you, Eve. What do you reckon?
There's a door, right?
Yeah, it's just like a corrugated iron door. There is a handle on it. It's quite rudimentary.
Could I get like a jingly thing for when the door opens?
You want a jingly thing, like an old-fashioned shop bell?
Yeah.
Yep. In fact, I'll tell you what, we will change the door to an actual door so that it will jingle. Okay?
Magic!
Score!
That's cool. Yeah, you can have a jingly bell on the door. And Kat?
I still want to have a squeaky toy for Nettles.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, that can be Nettle's choice.
Oh, okay. See, now you put me on the spot, because that was my thing, and now I don't have a thing.
Okay.
I don't know why, but the first thing that came to mind was a shoehorn. Like, what would we need that for? Ooh, I know, a Boy Scouts book.
A Boy Scouts book, okay.
Yes, so that we can always be prepared.
Okay, the scouting book for boys.
Yes, scouting for boys.
Okay, so, all right, yep, we can put that on your bookshelf, and I'm sure that we will collect many other things as we go on. And guys, obviously, you're free to come and go to the clubhouse whenever you want, so that's there for you. Cassie and Michael and co are not going to give you too much hassle now that they know that you're there.
She's scary.
She's very scary, but yeah, she's a lot of fun as well.
It's scared of none.
Maybe he should be.
That's not what you said in the last
definitely
episode.
should be.
So we're just going to start a couple of days later. So I think that puts us at about Friday. It's Friday morning. It's another school day, and you guys have just met up, ready to go to school, as is your normal routine. Is there anything you'd like to do, talk about?
We haven't had a chance to talk to Thistledown and what's her name?
Erin.
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to talk to Thistledown or Aaron about any of this yet, have we?
Not really, no. Erin is the other side of town at the Civic Hall, so you don't get a lot of opportunity to see her. And Mrs. Thistledown has gently suggested that you perhaps don't talk about this too much at school. As it happens, you haven't had her for class since your lesson on Wednesday when you went to the Elysium. So yeah, you haven't spoken to either of them.
Dee is very frustrated about it. She wants to talk about this. We need to talk about it. Sally, we need to talk about this stuff, alright? I'm starting to get antsy, alright? That guy freaking threatened us, and they still ain't even talk to us about it.
I know, you've been saying this for like the past 3 days.
I know that guy might have been trying to like seem like he was playing nice. He was threatening us.
I know, you keep telling me. I believe you, okay? I believe you.
Okay, as you guys get to the end of Story Avenue, just heading on to Cross Street, you see a pack of students walking towards you. They seem to be really excited about something. They're laughing and just joking around, but walking away from school.
Interesting.
You do recognise one of them. It's Colin Parker, the prefect that you met, that spoke to you on Wednesday.
That's weird.
I want to wave. Are they looking in our direction? I want to wave.
Yeah, you can wave at them.
Hello, Colin.
They see you. Colin steps up and he says, "Listen, you're not going to believe this. School's been cancelled."
What?
Yeah,
Why?
it's brilliant. It's amazing. You should go and check it out. Look, just go and see for yourselves.
Alright.
And they
What happened?
And they head off in the direction of Honeywell Gardens.
Well, this is weird. Shall we run to school for once?
I really don't feel like one, but
But you're good at running because you've got baseball as a skill.
yeah, no, good. That doesn't mean I want to do it all the time.
Okay, as you get to the end of Cross Street, to the end of Story Avenue, and you're about to cross the road, you notice in the middle of the road is a massive puddle.
Has the school flooded?
You don't know.
Oh my god, dear, is the school flooded?
How massive of a puddle are we talking about?
It doesn't quite touch the sides of the pavement or sidewalk. It's slap bang in the middle of the road, and you can't really estimate how deep it is, but you can't see the actual road itself.
Do we have nettles to drop in it just to see how far up him it gets?
You did, but as you thought that, he scarpered off.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip a rock across it.
Yeah, you lob a rock, and it just plonks straight into the water and splashes.
No skip at all.
It's probably about half a foot deep.
That's a lot
That
of
is
water.
deep.
Huh. Alright.
As you're looking at this puddle, you look up and down Cross Street, and you can see there are several more of these giant puddles. There's gaps between them, but they seem to be going down the whole road.
Oh my god, they summoned a giant water golem and these are its footprints.
I'm pretty sure we
Okay.
would have noticed that. I mean,
Fine, well, there goes my theory.
you got the white, you're in the right mindset. We are looking for watery stuff. A moist friend, if you will.
Ew.
That's disgusting.
I wish I'd
Right.
written down that poem because there was probably some order to it that we haven't remembered or thought about. Hey, magical
Yeah.
GM who has the font of all knowledge, can you tell us what it was?
Water, air, fire, and earth.
Something about the marsh giving birth, yeah.
Marsh gives birth, yeah.
Okay,
Okay, so-
the order is obviously nothing.
Yeah, so there clearly isn't an order there. Unless it's in reverse order, in which case we're screwed because they finished, in which case it doesn't matter because they finished the ritual. So,
As you're discussing this, few more students wander past you, and some of them riding their bikes and splashing through the puddle.
I guess go up to the school. I'm assuming it probably has something to do with the massive puddles.
Okay.
it would make sense.
All right, so you head on over to school. When you get there, your guesses were in fact correct. It appears that the school is flooded. As you get to the gates, there are a few members of staff milling around. There's still a few kids who are being directed to go back home. The whole playground area at the front entrance is, again, about half a foot deep in water. And the only figure there is just Mr. Neep, rather uselessly, just with a mop and a bucket, just trying to soak it all up and not really doing anything at all.
Poor Mr. Neep.
Yeah. Dee's gonna, like, shout from, like, the far end of one of the puddles and be like, yo, Neeps, hey.
Shh, I've got no time for you right now. As you can see, I'm doing very important work.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, how did you do this? Like, what did you
I'm sorry,
play?
are you accusing me of causing this carnage? I don't think so. It's probably one of you horrible Herberts.
What's that even mean?
A horrible
Who's
Herbert?
Herbert?
It's an old... I don't know, what's the word you would use?
Idiom?
Like an idiom, yeah.
Okay, I've never heard of it.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm getting old.
Kind of mean to Herbert, don't you think?
Poor Herbie.
Okay, so what do you want to do? So you can see that the school's flooded.
I vote clubhouse. Because we have a clubhouse.
Maybe we should investigate the water.
Yeah, what would you like to do, Dee?
So going down the street, like the puddles, or all the way down it?
Yep.
I rolled a brains roll to investigate.
Okay, what'd you get? 9.
I got a 9.
Okay, yeah, I'll
Just
give you
as I thought
that.
it
All
would
right,
be
so
good.
Sally, you decide to have a little look around. You haven't gone inside, but you are just mooching about. And actually, it's fairly big and it's fairly apparent. Do you remember the wall that you climbed over
Yes.
in episode 2? Somebody has sprayed the wall with graffiti. It simply says, "No stopping the knucker. Chaos reigns." Reigns as in R-A-I-N-S.
The knucker.
The knucker.
How do you spell
What?
that?
K-N-U-C-K-E-R. Stop Googling.
Not Googling.
I did not Google. I was curious if it was like N-U-C-K-A or...
No, it's K-N-U-C-K-E-R.
So knucker like knuckles. Okay.
Was that...
I don't know. I don't get it. If only there was some kind of mystical, intangible search facility that I could interrogate. Like
yeah, click,
Google.
click.
Or a library.
Or ask Jeeves.
Do people still ask Jeeves?
I don't know. I remember finding it incredibly fun when I was about 9. And we had the internet, and it was all new and shiny because we got the internet late.
Okay, all right, so on closer inspection, as you're kind of staring over these words, there is one more thing that you spot at the end of the graffiti.
Ooh, what's that?
It's the symbol of the Order. Can you make brains rolls for me, please?
Ooh.
I'm super good at brain rolls.
Oh, that's an
Ooh,
exploding dice.
Explosion and a knock.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, so I got 30 out of 12.
Okay, so D, you can take an adversity token.
Yay!
I've bumped up all your adversity tokens because I completely forgot to distribute them last session, so you've
Hey.
got a couple each. Okay, Sally, for that marvellous brains roll, you know that the symbol is not exactly like the symbol that was shown to you by Miss Thistledown and Erin Schiller. The symbol has been inverted, so it's upside down.
They're like fake Satanists.
It's the Evil Magic Club.
It's the bad wizards. We don't like the bad wizards. Wait, so are the bad wizards also potentially an offshoot of Fey stuff? or are the bad wizards people?
Oh, no, they're like...
Because you made such a good brains roll, you remember that Mrs. Thistledown said that it was a bunch of guys. It's not Fae.
It's people. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're taking the sauce and making it gnarly.
What kind of sauce is it?
You know, that's what Thistledown said
Yeah, but
that magic was
what
called.
flavor is it?
You talking about?
But what flavor?
No, the sauce.
Yeah, what flavor? Is it brown sauce? I don't like brown sauce.
SORCE. Sauce.
Of course, sauce, like in sorcery. That makes total sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that's weird. So we've got some weird graffiti about the Knucker. Maybe we should go to the library. Do we have a library in Marshhaven?
It's next to the Civic Hall.
Cool, let's go to the Civic Hall / the library, and then we can talk to What's-Her-Face.
Knucker.
Okay, so you guys decide to head off to the library. As you make your way across town, you see more and more of these puddles about. And as you get to the Civic Hall, there seems to be a fire engine outside and lots of people, including the mayor, all kind of standing around because it appears that the Civic Hall has been flooded as well.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, look at that.
Ooh.
It's the Knucker.
So the Civic Hall is where undercover Fae worked. Kingsford Comprehensive is where they recruited for the Order. I think someone's got it out for the Order.
Gee whiz, you don't say.
Shut up, I'm a child.
Could it possibly be the evil minions?
Yeah, the naughty wizards.
Yeah, evil
who are spreading
club.
Evil.
As you're kind of staring up at the Civic Hall, you hear a voice behind you. Hello, children. I wasn't expecting you here. It's a bit of a disaster, really, isn't it? It's Erin Schiller, and she's in full-on curator of the museum mode.
Hello, Miss Schiller. What happened?
For a very, very brief second, you see Faye, Miss Schiller, raise her eyebrows and roll her eyes.
What do you think happened, you silly children?
She says, well, there's been a bit of a flood. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but the fire brigade are trying to sort everything out and pump the water clear. But by all accounts, there are reports of floods all over town.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. It's almost like magic. Wink, wink.
As you say that, you see very, very subtly her eyes flare a slight bright gold, almost as if to warn you to shut the up.
Tut, family friendly.
Sorry, Nettles. Nettles will tell me off later.
I'm sure he will.
She grabs the pair of you and escorts you to a space that's away from everybody.
Oh yeah, I'm the suspicious one. You're dragging children into fucking alleyways.
I didn't say an alleyway, I just said a space. She turns on you and she says,
Look, listen, there seems to be a lot going on here, and I don't have the time to worry about you two going off and doing something stupid, so I'm asking you, do not get involved. I'm fairly certain this is our friend Victor Wallace's doing.
Does it have anything to do with the water element? Like, part of the thing? Because we don't know what the ritual is, but this is definitely watery.
Yes, well, soggy.
Well, that's our suspicions, yes. I'm going to see if I can have a look at the other sites, and hopefully we can put some ideas together.
Is there a way for us to, get a hold of you if we see anything? Alright, because, right now, we're kind of just, out here on our own.
What are you doing here?
The school's been
cancelled.
flooded.
Oh, I see. This puts a dampener on things.
and she kind of titters at her own joke.
All I'm saying is just be very, very careful. We can't have you getting into trouble.
If we do, because I don't know if you know this, but we got threatened the other day by Vicky.
Who's Vicky?
Victor, Wally.
Oh, Victor Wallace, yes. I read the report in the paper. He seems to be trying to flash us out.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what he was doing. He was threatening us. So, how do we get a hold of you if he decides, to make it a little bit more personal?
I might have an idea, but it will take me a few days just to put things in place.
Well, do you have a phone number at least?
She pulls out a piece of paper from the notebook that she's forever carrying and scrawls down the number.
This is the number to the Civic Hall. You can get me here, but there's not really a lot I can do here at the moment. Excuse me for a second.
And she actually does disappear down side alley, and you watch as she shakes her head and she transforms into the Marsh King. As she walks past you, she says,
"Just stay out of trouble."
Yeah.
And she starts shuffling up the street. The mayor glances at him and steps past, and yeah, she's gone.
I gotta learn how to do that.
I think you need to be a fae for it to happen, right?
No, I'm telling you, there's a way.
Okay. Is the library flooded as well, or can we still get there?
There appears to be access to the library. It just, the Civic Hall's quite a large building, and the library, although it's next door, there is a gap between it, and it doesn't seem to have been affected.
Come on, let's go to the library, like we were going to.
Hey, fine.
You head into Marshhaven Central Library. It is it's like a very typical council building. It's quite grey, and inside it's a little bit drab and rough around the edges. You can see tattered paperbacks on spinners and just shelves and shelves of reference books. There's a rather bored young librarian at the desk just sorting out books and returning them and making sure that they're going onto a trolley for restocking later.
Right. Do I know where we can find an encyclopedia?
Yeah, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. This is the 70s, so if you wanted to do research of any kind at all, the encyclopedia would probably be your first port of call.
Yes.
So you're probably both reasonably well versed on how to use an encyclopedia.
That
You
is
just
good.
ask the librarian, "Hey, what's a knucker?"
He looks up at you and is like, excuse me?
What do you know what a knucker is?
I have no idea.
Right.
Maybe one of these books might help you. Have you thought about looking in those?
Well, oh my god. Why does everybody treat me like an idiot? Yes, but I figure I might as well be a sociable person. Try talking to folks first.
I'm not a fountain of knowledge. I'm just a librarian.
Well, I know, but some people have interesting facts that they know.
Yeah, well, knuckers isn't my forte, I'm afraid.
Okay, cool. What is your forte?
I really like spy novels.
Oh, spies are cool.
Spies are very cool.
Might be becoming a spy. Do you have any recommendations?
I would strongly recommend perhaps reading Le Carré. Start with The Spy Who Came In From the Cold. Excellent read, that one.
Yeah, where's that at?
General fiction, just to your left, sir.
Yeah, alright. Just gotta go get that book.
Okay. So you head off to general fiction. Sally, what do you want to do?
I'm looking for an encyclopedia that I can look up knucker in.
Sally, can you make a brains roll?
I can try. It's a 10.
So you find the correct encyclopedia. What are you looking for specifically? Are you looking for the word knucker?
Yeah.
Okay, so you open up the relevant encyclopedia, which is Kate or whatever. You find the word knucker, and it says see folklore.
I guess I'm looking for the F encyclopedia now. Okay. Searching for knucker and folklore.
Okay, so you thumb through and you find reference to the word, and all it says is water beast.
Huh. So it is a giant water golem.
I don't know about giant.
Well, how did it leave such big footprints if it's not giant?
Those were puddles. I don't think they were footprints.
They are very conspicuously shaped and, like, conspicuous isn't the word I'm looking for. They were very specifically shaped and they're footprints.
Okay. I don't think the footprints.
Anyway, so we know. So we know that it's a water demon. Well, a water beast, probably a demon. I mean, the other one was like a stone demon. He was scary. So they've done the second part of the thing out of 4. They're halfway done. What do we do?
No, we don't know what. Wait, what if they need to, like, I don't know, get that thing to do it, and, like, they just, like, kind of made it mad?
I don't understand.
Well, like, when they made the walk guy, like, they made, he didn't stay standing for very long, right? Like, he didn't get up and go walking around, he just kind of, like, stood there and then broke. Apparently that was good enough. Whoever did this was moving around, right?
Make brains rolls for me, guys.
8.
That'll do it.
That's not 3.
Okay, D, you can take an adversity token.
Yeah.
Sally, it strikes you that this isn't a huge amount of information, but based on what you've got now, you might be able to find further information elsewhere.
I think Kat's going to need a little help here because Sally is much smarter than she is, apparently.
You start looking in folklore books, not just in the encyclopedia.
Yeah, is there any, like, local history of Marshhaven books?
Sorry, excuse me.
It's not a real, like, animal. Why would it be in a history book?
Okay, out of character, I have a book that's called Fairy Tales of Hampshire, which is the county that I grew up in. So I'm looking for some kind of Marshhaven equivalent.
What do you want to do? Do you just want to start searching the library?
Yes. Do they have a folklore section? Well,
of course they do. Yes.
Maybe there's someone you can ask.
The librarian.
Yeah, go talk to your librarian friend and ask him where the folklore section is.
Huh? Yeah. He's reading the spy book. So, yeah. He walks over and is like, hey, you got, like, a folklore, like, a fairy tale type stuff.
Well, which one is it that you want, then, sir? Is it fairy tales or is it folklore? They're two very, very different things.
What? Yeah, he's just gonna look over at Sally. He's like, which is a fairy tale or folklore?
Folklore.
Folklore. Okay, do you want world folklore or
Local.
local folklore?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
We have a small section of local history books just a little further down, and he points in the direction. There may be 1 or 2 books connected to folklore there.
Fantastic. Thank you.
So I'm assuming
It's a library, jeez.
you're heading off over.
I'm excited.
You're heading off over to the local history section, and yeah, it doesn't take you too long to find a book. Although it's not Marshhaven specific, it is a book of British folklore. And make another brains roll for me.
Both of us? Or...
You can both do it if you're both looking at the book.
That's
yeah,
a
Dee's
3.
not looking at the book. Ooh, Dee should probably look at the book.
Can I?
Oh, nope, that's another 3.
You can add adversity tokens to it if you want.
I don't think it would help because I've only got 4 adversity tokens. Unless I gave them to D, because they're worth 2 if I give them to D. Go on, can I give D 3 adversity tokens?
Yes, you can.
Jesus Christ.
So that
So
gives
now
you...
you've got a 9.
You've got a 9. So, Sally, you get a little bit distracted by various other books that are totally unrelated to folklore. However, Dee has gotten a little bit bored with the dry writing style of John le Carré. He was expecting James Bond and didn't
exactly.
really get it. Dee, you look through, and as chance would have it, you manage to find some information on what a knucker is.
It's the book titled on Knuckers, where to find them and how to kill them.
Know your knuckers. Right, okay, so this is the information that you find out. They are sometimes referred to as a water dragon, though they are far smaller and not a traditional dragon shape that you would be familiar with. There is a illustration, which I'm just going to pull up for you. There we go.
Oh.
That is a knucker. So it's very much in the Chinese dragon style. It's
a weird fish.
The picture that you see in the book shows that it's not quite as solid as the pictures I've given you. It's actually made of water. You also find out that they're not particularly aggressive, but will attack if provoked. And there are numerous local legends in various towns up and down the country where some young brave soul has thwarted a knucker, or a knucker has caused problems because their home has been disturbed. Knuckers can usually be found at the source of bodies of water, and you also learn that they are sometimes, as well as known as water dragons, they're also referred to as water guardians.
Oh, guardians.
So somebody pissed off a fish.
It's not a fish, it's a water dragon. It's a dragon made of water.
Look at that. That's a weird looking fish.
Yeah, because it's made of water and isn't a fish. You're a weird looking fish.
I mean, I would be if I was in the water all the time.
What are you even talking about now?
I don't know. But look, them evil wizards, evil book club, they they pissed off the fish, and now the fish is flooding everything, right?
Yes.
That, or they found a way to control it. Because if you think about it, where did they flood?
Well, we only know about the school and the hall.
The places where Good Book Club works.
Oh, please, can we refer to it as Good Book Club from now on?
Yeah, no, I figure I'm reading this spy book. I'm like, maybe we should have like a code word.
Okay, danger.
That's canon now.
Book club.
Good book club and evil book club.
Yes.
Where only evil books are read.
Yeah, all them evil books.
Okay, so what do you want to do, guys?
All right, so like we got some operational knowledge of what's going on. Now we just don't know.
Ooh! While
why.
we're here, can we look up the stone dude? Because if the stone guy, the guy who was made of stones, because if he's in this book, then maybe the other ones will be too, and we can get like a head start.
Make a brains roll.
Walkman.
7. Ooh, exploding.
Yeah, that'd be a 6.
6 and a 7. Okay, you both find it. However, there's nothing related to local rock men as such. The only thing you can really find is information on golems.
Golems are cool.
Okay. Can we look for fire and air monsters?
Oh.
Yeah, go on then, make some more brain rolls for me.
Or am I challenging your preparations at this point?
Absolutely.
Be a 7.
Okay.
I got a 4 and an 11, so I don't think I found anything fire, but I found something air, so good luck.
It's not so much that you couldn't find things, it's that there is a overwhelming amount of information on different types of fire and air and earth and creatures. Without a specific name, it's hard to determine, what exactly it is you're looking for. So you see things like elementals and giants and nymphs and all sorts of things that are connected to the elements, but you don't really know what you're looking for, and you've got no real kind of clue as to what they might be.
Shucks. I want to check this book out of the library.
Okay, no
just
problem.
Just in case, because I'm sure I've got a library card.
Yeah, you will have. So you head on back to the desk where...
Check this one out too. And he holds up the spy book.
Okay, so you head back to the desk where Carl is dutifully sat. I've called him Carl. I don't know why, but that's
up,
canon
Carl?
now. And he looks over your library card and stamps the books and says, "Thank you very much. Make sure they're back in 2 weeks."
Thank you.
I will totally remember to do that.
D is going to rack up lots of fines.
Okay, so where do
It's
you
all
want to go
under
now?
your name.
Oh, yeah, true.
Oh, wait.
Where do we want to go now?
They like, well, we're in a marsh, isn't it? Like everywhere's a body of water.
Yes, that's probably why it was
Where's
so
the nearest
easy
body
to...
of
Well, maybe
water?
it was easy.
Like a
Well, considering
like a lake.
this...
The lake.
Considering there's a thing called Seaview Terrace, I'm guessing we're near the coast.
You are, yeah.
So,
Yeah,
the
but
ocean.
you think it came from the ocean?
And it could have done.
More like
Where's Nettles? He needs to test whether the water is salty or fresh.
I mean, I'll dip my finger in.
Yeah, but
Maybe I can
you don't want to
try.
eat it.
It's just a taste. It's not that big of a deal.
Ew, but what if it's got, like, diseases in it?
Oh, my grit is through the roof. I can handle it.
Are we going to go a single episode where you don't boast about your grit?
Nope. He
Yeah.
dips his finger into a puddle and licks it.
You're still in the library at the moment.
Yeah, let's...
Well, I go
no, we just
outside
checked
and
our
I find
books
a
out. We just
puddle.
left.
So you've gone up to one of these large puddles and you've dipped your finger in it.
Yeah, just dip my finger in it.
It is the freshest, cleanest, tastiest water you have ever put in your mouth.
Holy crap.
What? Oh, what?
Dia
What?
is having to resist the urge to not just like lean down and take a sip. That is some
What is it?
That is some fresh ass water.
Okay, so it didn't come from the sea. I can't believe you just did that.
Dia does it
That's-
again.
Oh, no, why?
You gotta try this. It's weird.
No, I am not trying that. No.
Go on, just a little fingerful.
Oh, no, get away from me.
Okay, so where do you want to go, guys?
Ah, boy. Yeah, so you've been living here for a long time, and you never seen no fresh water place, right?
I don't know, have I?
Make a brains roll for me.
5.
Take an adversity token.
Yeah.
You're a bit oblivious to sources of water. As far as you're concerned, water comes out of a tap in your kitchen
And goes in my fish tank.
and goes in your
I
fish tank.
imagine your folks probably don't, like, go out for days on the lakes.
Probably not, no. Although we
Well-
might be near the Lake District. I have no idea where Marsh Haven is.
It's in an ambiguous location in the UK.
Yeah,
But somewhere
in
near a
marsh.
coast.
Alright, so D. Huh. And, like, the puddles don't seem like they're all going in, like, one direction. They're just kind of scattered around town.
Make what role would that be? I suppose that'd be brains.
Ugh.
This is a very thinky episode.
Yeah,
It's
this
a
is
very
a,
thinky episode.
this is a thinker.
It's a shame we don't
That'll be a
have
2.
an
That'd
intelligent
be 2.
character.
Take an adversity token. You can see that there's a lot of puddles spread out. Whether they're going in a particular direction, you're not really sure.
Can I just yell Nettles and just is he anywhere? Nettles.
Stand right next to us.
Yeah. Nettles was padding around you before you decided to try and throw him in the puddle. He hasn't gone too far.
Some dogs like water.
This
Yeah,
is really
not this
good
dog.
water.
No.
Like, seriously. You gotta try that water. It's weird.
I am not drinking water from the ground.
Try it. It seriously is so tempting. Like, I seriously feel like getting a cup.
As you're talking, Nettles comes padding round the corner. All this water is playing havoc with my fur.
I'm sure you'll be fine, dear.
I can barely get across the roads.
Is he talking to you?
Oh, because, he's got little stubby legs. He can't go through the puddles. 6 inches is going to be like as
Half
high
an hour
as
it's
he
taken me
is.
to get here.
Oh. Sorry, yes. I've completely forgotten why I wanted him now. Oh, I wanted him to drink the puddle, but we've already established that it's fresh water.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wanted to ask him.
It tastes fine.
I wanted to ask him if he can track where the beastie might have gone, because he's totally a bloodhound and not a corgi.
Okay, that's going to cost you some psychic points.
Yeah.
Please be specific in what you want to ask him.
I would like to ask him if he can determine a direction of travel for the puddles.
He looks up and down the street and he says, well, between you and me, Erin is investigating some of the other flood sites, and I have heard that there is no running water in Marsh Haven at the moment.
Huh.
Okay,
I will relay this to Dee so that
yes, thank
Eve
you.
can, so that Eve can make the declaration she's about
to. The dog.
It's not my fault. It's Jimmy's fault. Blame him.
So, where's the water tower?
Where is the water tower? Is there a water tower, and where is it?
You don't know.
But they're quite big.
Make a brains roll for me.
Okay. That's a 6.
You're aware that there is such a thing as water towers, but you've never seen one in the proximity of where you explore in and around town. I mean, you very rarely leave the central area of the town, so you would probably suspect that it is somewhere on the outskirts.
Right. I don't know if / where a water tower is in existence.
I think maybe it's time that you, got some help, Sally.
Okay, Dee, will you help me?
Yeah, okay, what, you need a
Maybe
boost?
somebody with a little bit of brains about them.
I'm glad I didn't hear that.
Well, I tried asking you and you didn't help.
I think maybe it's time you talk to the Order.
You mean Miss Thistledown? She told us not to talk to her.
Well, if your ideas are correct, and if there is some kind of water beast, I think this classes as something of an emergency, maybe?
Also, I thought you were part of the Order.
I am not part of the Order, Sally.
Then what on earth are you?
That is a story for another day.
No, I think this should be a story for today. What are you?
Okay, are you... make a charm roll for me.
Oh, no.
Do you just sit there
That's
staring
4.
back and forth with, like...
Take an adversity token, please, Sally.
Standing.
As Nettles pads off in the direction of the Civic Hall.
Dee, your dog's really rude.
Yeah, I don't... You know, sometimes you just, like, stop and, like, stare at him for a very long time, and it gets awkward for me, and I don't know what to say. And get just, like, yelled at them, and I don't know what went down with that. Like, I feel like this is really a one-sided kind of thing. I don't know what I could do about him being rude. Because he doesn't even talk to me, so, like, I think he's way ruder than me.
That's what I mean. He's really rude. He should talk to you as well. That's just, it's not on.
He is rude. I got a bad dog.
As you get past the Civic Hall, Nettles is about 20 yards ahead of you. Make some grit rolls for me.
Yeah. That's what I kick ass at. Watch me roll. Trash.
I got a 7.
I got a 5.
I win.
Okay. Both are fine. Both are fine for this roll.
Oh, okay.
As you walk past the Civic Hall, obviously it's been cordoned off by the fire brigade, and you can see water running down the steps. But you look up, and you notice that the wall is wet as well, and it's made a kind of pattern. It looks like wings.
Ooh.
And knowing what you know now, it lends itself to the idea that maybe what it is you're looking for is this knucker.
Sick.
Yes.
Sally, are you going to stand there gawping all day, or are you going to come with me?
I'm going to do one of those things, yes.
Huh? The one of
one?
what things?
Nettles wants us to follow.
Alright. Being a turd about it?
Kind of, yeah.
You need to quit being a turd or else, you ain't getting no more tweets.
I suppose you can bring the American with you as well.
I'm not going anywhere without him.
Alright, Nettles just pads off.
I guess we're going this way, D.
Alright.
You guys follow Nettles, and he takes you back in the direction of the school. As you pass the school, you see the familiar winged spatter pattern on the building itself. But Nettles doesn't stop there. He heads down Blind Cross Street, just here, to a small, unassuming door in one of the rows of houses.
I guess I'm knocking on the door.
You knock on the door, and Mrs. Thistledown opens the door. Ah, children, and I wondered when I'd be seeing you. Come in, come in.
Hello, you live here?
Well, it's close to school, and a lot of people don't come down here, so it's nice and private for me.
Swanky digs.
Yeah, you go in, and what you find is a very small but cosy and well-lived-in terraced house. The hallway is floor-to-ceiling in bookshelves of a variety of different subjects, mainly relating to history. And as Mrs. Thistledown gestures you through a door on the left-hand side, you go into a very cosy little sitting room. It almost feels like a cottage. And again, there is floor-to-ceiling books, a wireless on the side, no television, surprisingly. And she says, do sit down, children. I would offer you a drink, but we don't appear to have any water at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were wondering about that. Dee, tell her what we found. Tell her what we found.
Yeah. This is Nuka.
I'll pull out the book that we got out of the library.
Yes, I saw the graffiti. This could pose quite a problem for us. I assume you've made the connection. You know what this is.
I just said what it was.
I didn't mean the creature itself, Dee.
It's the evil book
Oh,
club.
yeah. Evil
And I
book
wink.
club.
If you're talking about Victor Wallace, then yes, I think this is his doing. I fear this is part 2 of the Elementa Tenebris ritual.
Yeah, we were looking in these books to see if we could find what might be like part 3 or 4, but there's just too much here.
Wait, well, has part 2 been done? Because the walk guy was apparently really fast and easy. So, like...
Yeah, but this one's made a huge mess, like, all over town.
Yeah, like, so what's, is this one, did they finish what they were doing, do you think?
I'm not sure. I have very little knowledge of the ritual in detail. I suspect there may have been more components to it. If there are several different flood sites, then that could be significant. Erin has been searching the town to try and find out where has been affected. And as she's talking, you suddenly notice there's a large mirror above the mantelpiece in the sitting room. And all of a sudden, a bright wisp of smoke comes out of the centre of the mirror. And it just whirls for a moment. And all of a sudden, Erin appears in the living room, standing there like she's been there all day.
Oh, you are not going to believe what I've found. There's floods absolutely everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Morwenna, do you have a map?
Mrs. Thistledown pulls out a map of the town. She starts to draw markings on the map to indicate where all the flood sites are. And I'm just going to show you.
Dun dun dun!
There seem to be 7 flood sites altogether.
Erin gives you a rundown of what they are. So you've got the comp, you have the Nook and Cranny pub. Flood site 3 is the Civic Hall. This one up here is just a house. It's one of the houses on Sunnydale Crescent. You've also got another apartment building on Seaview Terrace has been flooded. The cinema, the Roxy Ballroom, and the final one is Trafalgar's Cafe, which is just across the road from where Mrs. Thistledown lives.
Can I roll again, please?
Yeah, go on then.
Yay!
Make some good rolls for me.
Fingers crossed. Oh, that's an 8. Is that good enough?
That'll be 2.
Okay, D, you need another adversity token. Sally, you begin to trace your finger around the flood sites. It does make a circle. The middle section would be just at Franklin Avenue. And you know that there is a roundabout in the middle of Franklin Avenue. And on that roundabout is a memorial fountain.
It's the fountain. We should go to the fountain.
What are you talking about, girl?
That right there, in the middle of the circle, that's a fountain. We should go there and see what's going on.
Mrs. Thistledown says, now, hang on a minute, Sally. Let's not be too hasty. It's still early out. People don't really know what they're doing. Various places have been closed down. The fire brigade are out. It's not really the safest time to be going and investigating.
I mean, still just, take a look.
We'll blend in with all the people milling about not knowing what to do.
Oh, fine. Let's just go. Let's keep them quiet. Let's see what we can find.
So Erin kind of schleps off out the door and you guys follow. You head over to the fountain. I mean, there's not much traffic around, but there are people here and there. This is a normal working day, despite all the flooding and lack of water. And yeah, you see the memorial fountain. It's a large round basin. It has a column in the middle, and normally it would just be spouting water out the top continuously. There is no water there at the moment.
Is there any in, the basin part?
There isn't, no.
So it's just bone dry.
It's just bone dry.
This is suspicious. I mean, the fountain not being on when no one else has water, it makes sense, but then why is this in the middle of it if it's not significant?
Make a brains or grit for me.
That's a 5.
It'd be a 16.
Okay, well, D,
So gritty.
Sally, you're in the middle of a roundabout, so there are cars going past. You're a little bit not really keeping your cool, whereas D, you're a little bit more level-headed, and you spot a small plaque fastened to the fountain, which tells you that the fountain is on the site of the original Marsh Haven village, their village well.
Well, there we go. It's a well.
What? It's a fountain.
No, it was a well.
Mrs. Thistledown says to you, look, children, there's nothing really we can do about this right now, but it seems to me that we may have found the source of our problems. If this fountain is central to the flood sites, then it must be significant.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yes, well done,
It seems
Sally.
to me like we're doing an awful lot of legwork here for not much reward.
Shh.
We've got important things to do here. Now, I suggest we go back and we make some plans.
Yes,
Alright.
let's do that.
Okay, so you head back to Mrs. Thistledown's house. What do you want to do?
I want to make plans.
Okay, so go on then.
Oh, I was
Right,
hoping
so,
that they might have ideas.
They might have ideas, but you're going to have to point them in the right direction first.
Alright, so it's a well, which means it's all underground, right? So, how do we get under the fountain? Alright, so here's the thing that I'm thinking, right? It's a guardian, right? That's what it
Yeah.
said. It's a fish guardian or something.
Water, but yeah.
If it's a guardian, means it's guarding it. So maybe somebody made it mad, somebody pooped in the sauce.
Ew. What?
Not literally. You know how have you ever went down to the swimming pool and some kid gets sick in it and everybody's gotta leave the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, you think someone was sick in the water beast?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know if that exact things happen, but
You drank from the puddle. Ew, that's gross.
No, I'm not saying it's literally somebody pooped in the pool. I'm saying what if they put some evil book club type thing down there that's making the fish grumpy.
So we'd have to just go and get it, and then
get the
it
thing
might
out.
be
Yeah, scoop it.
okay. But okay, we need to find out what it's guarding then.
It's guarding the well.
Mrs. Thistledown interrupts and she says, children, I don't think I can do anything here right now. What I need to do is go back to school and have a look at some of my books. I suggest that maybe you go home. I'm all out of ideas. Erin? Erin looks up and she says,
Well, don't ask me. I've never dealt with these things before. I'm not really sure. I can perhaps see if I know anyone who might.
Oh, wait. She made plant things before. Plants suck up water. Make a giant plant monster to eat the water monster.
But I mean, so far, I think my plan's what? And the winnow. We got
What you've got to understand about my magic is that it is glamour magic. I make things appear. They're not necessarily tangible.
It felt pretty tangible when they're tied to a chair.
You know something, Aaron? I can do the same thing.
Oh, this should be interesting. Do tell us. What I could do with a laugh.
D pulls out a 50-cent coin. It's a big coin, and takes it, like he holds it up, and then he just kind of like drops, snaps his finger. It's gone. All right, guess where that is?
Hang on. Erin raises her eyebrows and says,
Oh, good grief. Conjuring tricks, really?
and she snaps her fingers and her palms fill with 50-cent coins.
Is it one of these?
No. And he reaches out and snatches it from behind her ear.
Sally, what do you do?
Sally stares at them both in disbelief.
Mrs. Thistledown sighs and says, look, children, the time for games is over. Erin, maybe you could talk to some of your people and perhaps get us some further information. Erin nods and vanishes in a wisp of smoke.
I want to learn how to do that one too.
Mrs. her boss?
It doesn't work like that, no. We work in unison together. Now, I must head back to the school. Children, stay safe, okay? I don't want you heading off on any harebrained schemes. Do I make myself clear?
One sec. Alright, well, I got you here. It has been a couple of days since we've been threatened, and y'all have been, avoiding talking to us about that. What is our protection here? Alright, because it seems to be like we keep doing y'all's job for you. It's gonna bite us in the butt real soon.
You went over to the Elysium junkyard, I understand.
Yeah.
It's probably the safest place for you.
Well, I'm not gonna be sleeping in a freaking junkyard.
I'm not asking you to sleep there, Derek. However, if you have to discuss or talk or store anything that may link to the Order or any of this madness that is going on right now, the Elysium is the best place for you.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, what if Victor shows up at my freaking door?
I think that Victor underestimates you. I don't think he's particularly bothered about you. It's one of the reasons why we've brought you into the fold, is because nobody ever expects children. Look, time is moving on and I need to go to the school and have a look at some of my books. Dee, Sally, I suggest you both go home.
Come on, Dee, let's go home.
I'm coming.
Okay, so Mrs. Thistledown shows you to the door. She walks off in the direction of the school, leaving the two of you and Nettles out on Blind Cross Street.
Alright, that's actually really awkward because, we'd be going in the same direction.
Yeah, she hurries off. She's left you now.
Has the door closed, or can we still, sneak back into the house?
The door's closed.
Ah, rubbish.
I can pop that lock.
Well, don't break it.
Lock picks. We really need to get some spy tools.
Let's go to Tim's DIY and get spy tools.
Yeah, well, alright. You know what? I don't think that they're going to get down into that well. I think these guys, do a lot of talking and weeding and whatnot, but I ain't seen them do no action. They said, oh yeah, no, we were watching those guys, but then they didn't do nothing about them summoning the Walkman. We did something about them summoning the Walkman. We walked right down there and took it. They didn't even know that they was summoning the Walkman. They were surprised. So, yeah, you know what? I think these guys will all talk. So we're going to go down there and we're going to go and start that fish.
So are we going to go and get spy tools?
We're going to go get some spy tools.
Yeah.
So you're heading over to Tim's DIY?
We're
Yes,
going
to get
Tim's
spy
DIY.
All right, just to give you a rundown on the time between researching at the library and roaming around town, heading back to Miss Thistledown's and going to the fountain, you're looking at about 3 o'clock. So you head over to Tim's DIY, which is run by the delightful June Casper, or Nana Casper, as most people know her. You've been in there before. It's DIY / household / ironmongery. It's one of those shops that stores a little bit of everything. You go on in, there's a large man in the aisle. He seems to be sorting through little boxes of screws and putting them into the right little box. They seem to have been mixed up. He's heavy set, he's got no hair, thick neck. He looks really, really strong. And behind the counter, you can see Nana. Now, she's a sweet old lady. She's always been very nice to you. She loves talking to the children. Oh, hello, my dears. What brings you here? We've had quite a flurry of customers today, what with all the floodings and whatnot. It's quite crazy.
Yeah, no, it's pretty weird, right?
Ah, I remember you. You're the American, aren't you?
Yeah, from Brooklyn.
And young Miss Richards, isn't it?
Yes, hello.
Yes, your dad's been in here from time to time. What would you like?
We're looking. We're just looking at the moment.
Oh, very well. Okay, well,
Thank
you carry on looking. If you need any help, you can speak to me or to... Quick, I need a name.
Tony.
Okay, or you can speak to Tony.
Okay, thank you.
And she just carries on going through a ledger book on the counter.
So, you think they got any lasers in here?
Let's look.
Yeah, we gotta look around for some lasers, because spies have lasers.
I thought you wanted lockpicks.
Yeah, we need lockpicks too. Yeah. Hey, Tony.
He looks around. Yes.
You look like a real fine, upstanding gentleman. We could,
I'd like to think so.
Yeah, my uncle's, locked himself out of his house. We could go about getting a set of, lockpicks.
Lockpicks.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find you something. And he slowly lumbers off down the aisle and round to the next aisle. There seems to be all manner of locks, padlocks, door locks, an arrangement of keys. And he finds a small leather pouch with a set of tools in, like thin needle-like tools. Have you seen lockpicks before?
I imagine Dee's probably seen some lockpicks before.
Yeah, I think that's quite likely, isn't it? Okay, he says, is this the sort of thing you're looking for?
Holy crap, y'all actually have them? Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Very well. Is there anything else I can help you with?
See, what other tools, might we be needing for this totally legitimate operation?
I'm looking at torches.
They got crowbars.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, show me to your crowbar.
He shows you to a small display that has crowbars of assorted size. Some of them only a foot long, some of them 3 or 4 foot long.
I'll just get a foot long one. Some you can pocket real easy.
Oh, no.
It's a big pocket.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Overalls.
He points you in the direction of a display of painting utensils, and folded up in a polythene packet is overalls of assorted sizes.
The guy in black?
Just navy, sir.
It's okay, they sell dye.
You know what? Navy's pretty good for night. I heard wearing just black at night, actually kind of stands out a little. So, yeah, I'll get one of my size.
Okay, well, if there's nothing else that you want, sir, you'll just need to go and see Nana.
Tool belt.
Yep, you find a tool belt, no problem.
Utility
This episode,
belt.
D goes
Sweet.
shopping.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'm getting that utility belt.
Go on, slide your crowbar into a pocket and your lock picks into another. Get yourself all kitted out.
Yeah, no, it's totally legitimate. Everything here is stuff that I might need when accessing my uncle's house because he locked himself out.
Tony's paying no attention to you at all. He doesn't care as long as you buy it.
How much money does he have?
Well, I think we discussed this in an earlier episode, and we said that you had change on you.
Yeah,
So no more than about 70p.
His change is still mixed up with like a handful of American change. Do you have any money?
Maybe. I will empty out whatever I have in my little purse.
Okay, you have £1.20.
Hey, we nearly have £2.
How much do you think all this would come together?
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there were price tags.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you look at the lockpicks, you'll see that they cost £3.50.
Well, we are not buying anything.
Oh boy, how about the crowbar?
The crowbar is £4.99.
Oh boy.
The tool belt is £2.99. And the overalls are £1.50.
What is the floor plan? How out of sight can I get?
Please don't shoplift.
I mean, this is a very busy shop in terms of how much stock it has. It's all over the place. The aisles are very high. Make a grit roll for me.
This isn't to steal, right? This is just to assess.
This isn't to steal, no.
Yeah, because like I'm trying to assess the difficulty here. God damn, 6.
6 is enough for you to spot that although we're pretty much before the time of CCTV, there are mirrors angled at various points of the shop that they all reflect out towards the
yeah,
counter.
they like
so
those curved mirrors.
You can see Nana in every single mirror.
Okay, you stay here. I'm going to run home and mug my dad.
Oh boy, she's a paranoid old one for like a nice sweet old lady, huh?
You don't know the half of it.
You're trying to steal from her. I think she has reason.
Like, you know what? It's not stealing, it's borrowing. Alright, for the greater good, we're trying to save the town. If you think you can get money, then go get money.
I'm gonna run home and see if I can find money.
Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna try to scrounge up to get the dough for this. What's the total on that?
It comes to roughly about £20.
Oh, jeez.
Nana looks down at the stuff that you've put down on the counter and then looks up at you. Are you sure you want all this, dear? This looks, all looks rather grown up.
Yeah. No, it's, we are doing, playing a game. Yeah, playing spies.
This is an awful lot of money, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all about the authenticity, you know?
I see. Well, Nana does love a good sale, so if you want to buy these things, then so be it. But seems like an awful lot of money to me.
Yeah, well, I'm more than welcome to take a discount.
You Americans in your bartering. A price is a price, all right?
Gee,
And she looks at you squarely in the eye.
No, of course. It's a joke.
Wonderful, dear. Very funny. Now, either you're going to buy these things or you're not.
Yeah, no, I will be right back. Like, there's a lot more great and wonderful products here than I originally anticipated perusing. So, I'm gonna go collect that dough. I'll be right on back.
Very well, dear. Ta-ta.
Yeah, D goes out.
Okay, Sally, are you going with D?
I've run home.
Yeah,
You've already run home, have you?
She's going home.
Okay,
I'm going home. I'm gonna go dig in the couch cushions.
We're just gonna whiz through this, okay? So you guys go on home. Sally, you do have a piggy bank. You have about £1 in there, in pennies. Dee, you have a little look around. You've got a little bit of money that your mum has wired through to you. So you've got £3. So in total, guys, you've got about
£6.
What is £6? I was told we need £20. What is £6?
Well, you need another £14 to make £20.
Okay, but what's £6?
A quid is slang for pound.
Oh, okay. See, I need to know these things.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So
I think
we've
a
got
quid is
about
like
£6.
a quid is like a buck.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need 14. I'm going to assume that Uncle Tommy's not home.
He is not, no.
I'm sneaking
This
into,
session has gone to some very strange places tonight.
I'm
That's
sneaking
what
into
happens
his
when you
room.
let us lead.
I'm sneaking into Uncle Tommy's room.
You go in. Can you roll a grit for me?
That's another 6.
You look around. You look in all the obvious places, drawers and under the bed, but you don't find anything. Take an adversity token.
Well, that puts me at 10.
That's a lot of adversity
I know.
tokens.
I should probably start using them. Let's see. What else can I? I don't know if Kat's gonna or Sally's going to try to dig around and find anything somewhere else. Yeah. I'll let her while I'm thinking. Go ahead.
I think there's some metagaming going on here.
Well, I mean, like, I figured do her thing while I'm trying to think of where Dee could steal money from.
Sally, so what are you doing? You found your money in your piggy bank. What do you want to do now?
I want to raid my dad's sock drawer, which I know is where he keeps secret things.
Okay.
And I'm allowed to know that because I've lived here my entire life.
All right, make a grit roll for me.
That's a 1.
Ooh,
You find socks.
I can't even help you out with that one.
I find socks and a note saying nice try. Damn. Okay.
All right, so in the time it's taken you to go home and ferret through various places to look for money, it's coming up to about 5:30.
Oh no, the shop's going to be shut.
Yeah, we're just glad to suck it up, get what we can.
We're not in the same house. We can't communicate this.
I know. Dee's going back. Dee has enough to at least get the lockpicks.
Okay, Dee, can you roll flight for me, please?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and slap another 2 on it. Would that be good?
I'd go for more than that.
I'll slap. I'll put 4. I mean, freak it, fart it. Turn it to an 8.
You turn it into an 8.
Yeah.
Okay, you get back to Tim's DIY just in time before they're closing up. Tony is already doing his final checks for the day, and Nana seems to be cashing up just as you arrive. Oh, I wasn't expecting you again. I thought you maybe decided not to come back to buy your rather suspicious collection of tools.
No, unfortunately, I only managed to scrounge up a little bit. I'll take some pics.
She raises one eyebrow and she says, you're not going to do anything untoward with those, are you?
No. Like,
Okay,
what kind of nefarious things could I get up to with lockpicks? I mean, come on, look at me.
Well, they're tradesmen's tools, dearie. They're not really toys for a child.
Well, I mean, maybe I want to learn how to be a locksmith.
She sighs. She's always after a sale, so she says, well, I think it's very admirable of you that you're already thinking of a career so early on in your life. She rings it up. You hand over the money.
It takes me a second to figure out, and I'm pretty sure she probably screwed me out of a couple P.
She reaches into her pocket and she goes, here, dear, have a toffee.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, no, dude just pops it right in his mouth.
Okay, what, wrapper and all?
Well, no, not an idiot.
Okay, so yeah, you take off the wrapper. As you're doing so, she looks up and she says, "Tony, show the man the door." Tony lumbers over and gestures you out.
I'm assuming, is Tony like a big guy? Probably looks like a bouncer or something.
Tony is somebody that you have almost certainly seen before back home in Brooklyn. Like, not that specific person, but
Yeah, that kind of person.
he's got a vibe about him that just smells of your dad's work colleagues.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm not gonna make you roll for that.
I know what she's up to. We're gonna have some rapport.
You should be very...
I think she is. We both know what each other's up to. We both know that we know.
I think not stealing from Nana Casper was a really, really good idea.
It was tempting.
Yeah.
That's why I was feeling it out first, because I was like, I know this chick's probably keeping an eye out because she's got some stuff up. Don't want no trouble.
So while Dee's doing this, Sally, what's your plans?
I guess I would have looked at the clock, realised the shop's probably shut, and given up the whole endeavour, and gone and made myself a jam sandwich.
Okay, of course, jam sandwiches. All right, so yeah, you're sat home in your kitchen. Dee, where are you going now?
He's waiting outside for Sally to show up.
Oh God, okay. How long do you wait?
Check out
In
watch.
fact,
Probably, honestly, you've probably waited 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes sounds about right. So you wait about 20 minutes. So we're looking at just after 6 o'clock now.
And yeah, after that, Dee's gotta go to her house and make sure she's not dead.
So you hightail it over to Sally's house. You knock on the door. Sally, you hear a knock on the door.
I open it. Hi.
You just gotta left me at the shop there.
I didn't know you were at the shop. I was looking for money, and then the shop would have been shut, so there wasn't any point.
I mean, I got there. Dee holds up the lockpicks. Couldn't get nothing else though.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, never used these
That's
before.
cool. What are you gonna do with them?
We'll probably pick a lock somewhere. We gotta find a way to access the well, right? So, I don't know. Maybe there's like a padlock or something. I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Alright, I'm still new to all this stuff. I've got inklings of how it looks. I'm talking
Do you
too
want a
much.
sandwich?
Yeah, I haven't eaten all day. I'm starving.
So you chow down on jam sandwiches. What's your plan, guys?
All right, I'm just I want to ask this real quick. When you say jam,
Jelly.
okay,
Yeah, you'd call it jelly.
okay, like what flavor are we talking?
Probably
Strawberry?
strawberry.
Or raspberry.
Okay,
I like strawberry.
all right,
We don't have
yeah,
grape.
Yeah, okay,
We don't do grape over here.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
that's acceptable. Okay, I just want to make sure that this wasn't like, another tea time situation, and it turned out to be like, like
This is
fish jam
Actually,
or something.
this is exactly
Ew,
what this
no.
situation is. You are having tea right now.
Yeah, we are. We are having tea, but our tea happens to be jam sandwiches.
Yeah, because there's no water. This is before, like, bottled water was a thing.
Perrier became really trendy in the 70s. Or probably later 70s, so yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, so you tuck down on jam sandwiches. You feel nice and content after having a few rounds.
Maybe a glass of
Alright.
milk from the fridge, because we probably have milk.
Eat the sandwiches, then these gonna go get changed.
So you head back to your place. Sally, are you doing the same sort of thing?
Have I been told to?
I don't know. Have you?
Or is Dee just kind of eating a sandwich and then left? And like,
no,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
Dee's like, alright, so we gotta get mission ready.
Okay.
You wear something that you can get into fights with.
I don't have anything for getting into fights with.
Alright, do you have any sneak mission clothes?
I don't know. Probably not. I've got my school uniform. That's kind of dark.
Well, I mean, we don't want people, like, looking at us and be like, oh, hey, what school children doing, sneaking into sewers and, digging holes in the
Oh,
ground.
I don't want to sneak into sewers.
We're
don't
not
wanna
sneaking
go
into
anywhere near
sewers,
sewers.
but like it might be like a manhole or something that we gotta go down into. So, pants would be good.
Well, of course I'm gonna wear pants. I always wear
Pants
pants.
and
Don't
like
you wear pants?
a shirt that you don't mind getting dirty.
Okay. I'm gonna bring some trousers as well.
Maybe like a mask, so
I
it
don't have
can't
any
be
masks.
well, like bandanas or anything.
Got a scarf.
A scarf will do it. Yeah, a scarf. That's cool.
Okay.
That way we cover up your face. They can't see you, and you can do sneak mission type stuff.
It'd be good if it gets cold. I don't like getting cold.
So you decide we have a full-on getting dressed mission montage music, and then you do the slow walk up to the Franklin Avenue roundabout. By the time you've had your tea, sorted yourself out, discussed what you're going to wear for 2 hours, it's around 8 o'clock-ish. It's fairly dark. It's not completely pitch black, and you are currently just walking your way up New Cross Street. Just to give you a little bit of the lay of the land, there isn't actually a huge amount in the vicinity of the roundabout. You've got a couple of older newsagent-y type shops. There's a betting shop. There's also a pawn shop as well. PAWN. Not PORN.
About that.
Just family friendly. But they're all closed for the night. So there's not actually a huge amount of reason for people to be in this area. And as luck would have it, you don't really see anybody as you begin to find yourself on Gerard Way walking up towards Franklin Avenue.
Coast is clear.
Yeah, alright. So now we just need to find a way to go down, right? So, you see anything?
Do I see anything? What do I roll?
Roll a grit.
I rolled a 9. Do I see anything?
Well, you see that the coast is clear and you can see the fountain in front of you.
Yeah,
You're going to need
12.
to cross the road to get onto the roundabout.
Okay.
You guys all cross the road and you're back at the fountain.
Mm-hmm.
Can you all make grit rolls for me again?
That one's a 2.
That'd be 15. Crushing it.
Can you also make brawn rolls for me?
Oh, that's a thing.
I rolled a 6.
I also rolled a 6.
Okay, you're beginning to circle the fountain, looking for any possible way in, looking for like signs of the original well. All of a sudden, as if from nowhere, a torrent of water just comes gushing down from the sky and it hits you full force. I mean, we're talking 200-300 gallons of water.
Dang.
Are
And
we
you
dead?
You are both knocked off your feet and you go sliding down the roundabout. You both manage to stay conscious, but when you find yourself shaking yourself off and checking yourself down, you see a creature wrapped around the fountain. The creature is very similar to the creature that you saw in the book earlier today. Make brains rolls for me, please.
It's a weird fish.
That's a 9. We found the knucker.
Yeah, it'd be a 3.
Okay, D, you realise that it's the knucker from the book. Sally,
Fish.
you've got your pet fish, Flash. Okay, and you know that Flash needs taking care of, otherwise he can get a little bit, scales can start dropping off and you can be a bit malnourished if you're going off on adventures and forget about him. And you notice that this creature doesn't look right at all. It looks like it's made of water, but there seem to be like huge chunks missing from it. It appears to be kind of very emaciated in places, and although it doesn't breathe, it kind of gives the idea that it's gasping.
Oh no.
It's got the ick.
It's not well. And I know we're standing above a well, but the thing, it's ill.
It's exactly what I said. Somebody pooped in the pool.
Okay,
Why do you have to say it like that?
So at the moment, you're at the edge of the roundabout and the fountain is right in the centre. You're maybe about 10 yards away from the creature.
Oh, and I tried talking to it. I was like, hi, are you okay?
It looks up at you and gives what only can be described as a very, very half-hearted kind of defensive growl.
Oh, Oh, it does. It's not happy. Oh, do we have Nettles with us?
Nettles isn't with you at the moment.
Damn it.
I'm pretty sure Nettles is a bad dog.
Okay. No, he's not well, and he feels threatened and scared. We need to do something.
Oh, we do. We come in peace.
The creature continues to gasp. It is almost kind of unaware of you now.
I wanna creep towards it in a non-threatening manner. You know, when you're supposed to approach a dog from side on and crouchy and
Sally,
Okay.
I don't think you should be doing that.
Okay, Sally, you
I want to make friends.
You edge your way forward. As you get closer, you notice that the creature seems to be twitching its head a little bit, and you notice that there is something around the creature's neck. It looks almost like a collar, and you think it looks like it's been made of woven marsh reeds.
Ooh. Can I reach out to try and take it off? Do I have a pocket knife?
Do you have a pocket knife?
D, do you have a pocket knife?
I don't actually think that I do.
You have a baseball bat and a gun, but you don't have a pocket knife.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think I need a knife. See, I got bat, baseballs, glove, comics, gum, a lighter, a handgun, some spare pants, a flashlight, binoculars, and lockpicks.
Damn, okay. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to try and pull it off then, because I can't cut it.
So what he's just there with his bat, Sally, it's gonna eat you.
Right, Sally, you're going to have to make a brawn roll for me, please.
I'm gonna try. That's a 2! Can I chuck in all my adversity tokens? I think I've got 5
Okay.
to make a 7.
You manage to get close enough to slip your hand under the collar, and you begin to tug at it. The creature lets out a small, distressed wail, but recognizes that you are trying to help, but you are unable to get the reed collar off.
Is it safe?
We need something sharp. We need something... D, we need something sharp.
Make a brains roll, D.
Oh, God. That's a 2.
You know that your lockpicks are very pointy.
Oh, I don't want to wreck, though. They're very small. Crap. I fight. D pulls out one of the lockpicks. Be careful, these things are pretty expensive.
Okay, Sally, make another brawn roll, and you can add 2 to it.
D's coming
Oh,
up.
that's a 14 out of 8.
Okay, cool. Plus your 2 as well.
No, that's
plus
14 including the 2.
yeah.
Okay, that's 14. Dee's handed you one which is a L-shaped pick, and what you're able to do is almost hack away at it. I mean, it's not particularly, the material isn't particularly strong. It's just it's been bound in such a way that you can't pull it off, but you can hack through it. And after a few tries, eventually the fibers begin to break and it snaps off. Can you both now make brawn rolls again?
Uh-oh. That's a 7.
That's also a 7.
The moment the collar comes off, the creature bursts into life and suddenly shoots up into the air, spraying you with water and knocking you down. As you look up, you can see the creature going up into the air, and what you can also see is a sight that it's unbelievable. The water that was on the ground is moving upwards towards the creature, and you can see water from all over Marsh Haven is suddenly shooting up into the direction of this knucker.
Sally, is that a good thing?
It begins to twist and turn in the air and lets out a watery, gargly roar as the water fleshes out the creature, for want of a better word. And all of a sudden, it comes shooting back down, straight down, and hits the fountain and just disappears. And suddenly, just for a moment, you can hear a slight bubbling in the fountain. And then the fountain just bursts into life.
Hey, I
and
think
the
we did
water
it.
starts running down the fountain once more.
Dee, look, we fixed it.
Hey, good job. I was going to hit that thing with a stick.
Well, that's not very nice.
Well, I mean, okay, it's a big scary monster. What else am I supposed to do? Like, good on you for, not immediately jumping to the stick hitting.
Okay, is there anything else you want to do while you're here?
I mean, what else is it? Apparently we saved the day, right?
I hope so.
Gotta tell Vicky to eat it.
Maybe we should tell Miss Thistledown that we did the thing. Oh no, she'll be mad at us.
Make grit rolls for me.
That's a 5.
That's a 6. I'll
Sally,
put
take
a point.
her adversity token. Put in a point in, D.
Yeah.
D, you happen to notice, like, Sally, you're a bit kind of stunned by what's just happened and totally unaware, but D, you happen to notice that the basin where the water collects in the fountain has begun to bubble.
Uh-oh.
Like bubble as in boil, or?
No, it's just like a slight bubbling. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna get closer. Look, not too close. Not like sticking my head over it.
You walk over to it and you can see that the bubbling begins to dissipate and then the water begins to shimmer, and then all of a sudden you see the reflection of a familiar face. It's Victor Wallace, and very, very slowly he holds up his fist, and he holds up one finger and he holds up 2 fingers, and then he disappears. And we're going to leave it there for tonight.
We
he's
helped
taunting
him.
me. He's taunting me. I'm gonna have to kick his ass.
What a bonkers session.
Oh, did we just help the bad guy?
Not really, no. I mean, the only thing you could have done was help the knucker with the collar. Basically, the ritual had already been carried out.
So we just got there
and
too late.
The knucker would have died had you have not taken the collar off it. So you've resolved it, but obviously we've still got this issue with the Elementa Tenebri ritual still live and still potentially happening at some point.
Evil Book Club at it again with their nefarious tones.
Evil Book Club at it again. Okay, guys, so I'm just going to wrap things up there. Thank you once again, listeners, for joining us on our little journey through Marsh Haven. If you like what you hear, it would be wonderful if you could subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/PritsOnBikes. Guys, is there anything you want to say before we go?
Check out the Finish It Pod. They're cool. And I like them
Finish
a
It
lot.
Pod is cool. Yeah, they're very, very funny. Their musical episode is
It's
possibly one of the best things I've ever heard.
yeah, no, it's my favorite half hour of podcasting.
We're going to wrap it up there. So from Eve, it's
Bye.
and from Kat,
Toodles.
and from me, Jimmy Sprinkles, it's keep on biking. Bye.
Why am I waving?
I don't know. I'm waving too.
Maybe that's why I'm waving. I think it's your fault.
Woo-wee! Come on down to the Nine Hells, ran by your favorite blood-boiling demon sorcerer, Sabuk Shimuko, where we've got deals on your favorite cocktails, the Sabuk Sangre, Eshes Ashes, and everybody's one and only favorite, the Anasedative.
So it's a rash that won't go away? Yeah, no, I think I have something for that. 1 second here. Hey, I'm Anisette, and welcome to From Ash to Cash, where we carry elixirs, potions, and all your alchemical needs. What are you looking for today?
Hey, I'm Mona. Thanks for stopping by. I gotta get back to training the girls. We're working on unarmed strikes today. But come back later this week for the grand opening of the Nine Bells Brothel Dojo. May Lister bless your seed.
Follow their adventures through Malak, the city of sails, on this Pathfinder playtest podcast that we call Wheel or Woe. 2 fresh new verses dropping every Thursday afternoon.